The Masters of Fine Arts program offers a terminal degree in creative writing. Students will come to focus on a genre of writing, creative nonfiction, fiction, or poetry. And they will look at the craft of writing. They will study the history of their craft.
Students who are accepted into our highly competitive program get the opportunity to either work in fiction or nonfiction or poetry with really great mentors who come in from around the country.
They'll work one-on-one with professors, work in groups with students. They'll edit a literary journal, attend conferences, and all of these things are really to help the students write their own body of work and earn this degree, which can then help them to gain some sort of job in academia, teaching at a university or high school certification.
We offer the best of both worlds. We have faculty who are full-time at Murray State, both writing faculty and literature faculty who are really invested in the institution. And then we have outside faculty coming from all over the country, and their perspective is from outside the institution. So we get both of those things working in a symbiotic way.
The features of the program itself, I think, are a good balance of conferencing and workshop and readings and visiting from outside people.
It's great in the sense that there's so many students who are coming from all over the country, and they're at all kinds of different levels in terms of what they're writing about, what lens they're using, what region they're from. And it's something that you don't get a lot from a traditional four-year university. And so it's really refreshing.
One of the benefits of a low residency program is its flexibility for students as far as their schedules go. So if a student has a full-time job and only has so much vacation time to work with, they can take one residency a year and one tutorial that matches that residency. So they could come every January, and then they would come to that residency, and then they would fulfill the tutorial in the spring semester. So they can really take their time through the program.
I came back to school for this program, and the low residency allowed me to do that without uprooting my family and my other professional ties in Lexington.
Other students are able to pull off more at a time, or they have more flexibility with their work situation, or they're just really doing the graduate program full time. So they can come to both of the sequences every year. They can come in January, they can come in July, and then some of them will take a summer literature class in that pocket of time between the two and really get a lot of their coursework out of the way much more quickly. So, you could take 4 years to go through the program, you could take 2 years to go to the program. It's really flexible and suited to what the student needs.
I think that the residency functions really well because it's this uninterrupted time, right? And you basically squeeze every minute out of those 10 days to get as much as you can out of the program. So then you can go off for a semester and write and on your own, having kind of gotten all of the kind of inspiration you needed from others.
Going through the seminar and listening to the exchanges of ideas, not only from the professors, but also my fellow students, it really gave me a handle on the whole wide world of possibilities of writing, of capturing what's happening, and kind of weaving truth with what's in our heads.
I teach full-time, so I can come in the summers, I can get the benefit of face-to-face instruction and yet still have the convenience, I hate to use that word, but it's true, the convenience of distance learning, since I live in Indiana.
You can complete everything from a distance, but also have the camaraderie and the community that all writers enjoy and are looking for.
The classes are always small. I'm only teaching about 4 to 5 students.
Every year, every residency, I'm working with a different professor who has a different specialty that can bring new things to the table. And instead of, just continuing to help me strengthen the things I like to do and that I already do, they show me things that I'm not doing and kind of challenge those weaknesses.
I think that students often get better faster in a low residency program than maybe they would overall, because you're not in a class where maybe what's being discussed doesn't really pertain to your work. Everything is completely tailored to you.
Each mentor really offers a different process for writing, and when you're working in like secondary education or lower education than that even, that could be really useful in terms of figuring out how to lead your own students into being better writers, and not just creative writers but technical writers as well.
I mean, I've always wanted to write some kind of a book. Never quite known what to write yet, and I figured this would give me a chance to really kind of dig into subject matter and the best way to present it. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do an intensive writing program. Even though it's low residency, it still allows me to focus in a very intense way.
We do have a wide variety of students. Ages vary, backgrounds vary, so I think we strive for that, and it's really fun to work with so many kinds of students coming from different backgrounds.
The writer really needs to shake him or herself up in a lot of ways to see the world from numerous perspectives, and it's really wonderful to see in one residency group, which is usually 5 students. You might have someone who's 65 years old, and you might have someone who just graduated from college, and they have a lot to give to one another.
And we all write in very different styles. So I think there is a place for every type of writing, and to pursue what you want.
We try to bring in a wide variety of writers. We always have a fiction writer, a nonfiction writer, and a poet. And usually someone on the faculty has published a new book or has a project that we want to highlight, so we have a faculty reading usually mixed somewhere in there. And the visiting writers range from emerging writers just recently published to really well-established writers.
And we're really trying to go for a lot of variety, not just in terms of genre, but in terms of region and kind of writing. And I think we've been largely successful. We've had all kinds of writers of really high-level reputation. We are in Murray, Kentucky, which some people in the world dismiss as the flyover region. One of the things we've done is celebrate the richness of our region, and I think community is one of the things that we have time for here and really want to celebrate. I mean, one thing that Murray wants to do is to stay small. I mean, not minuscule, but smallish, around 50 students, let's say at most in a residency. And we really want to give exquisite attention to our alumni, as well as to celebrate every single time around each current student from a multitude of perspectives. And I think we have the time and the resources to do that.
Murray has a really nice small campus feel, which is really good during the residencies. We have a great vibe going on. We're not overwhelmed by a really large campus or an urban campus. It, I think, provides a great atmosphere to really get to know the people that you're spending a lot of time with during the residencies.
But I don't know how many students have said to me, I just can't believe how friendly it is around here. I mean, we did win the Friendliest Town in America award. The first evening of the residency is always a lot of fun because we have the graduate reading where we have at least probably 3 to 4 of the graduating students reading the first night and the others reading the second night. And I think the receptions after the readings are so wonderful too for new students. I think students really need a place to kind of let off steam in a way, but also, even in a small program, you can get totally immersed in your even smaller world, say your genre or your residency group. And we want to make sure that people are meeting everybody.
It's wonderfully inspiring to be with other people who want to talk about what they're reading and what they're writing, and I think I take that inspiration home with me, and it helps me with my own writing as well.
The program has been everything that I hoped it would be when I applied.
It's tailored toward your interests, poets and other writers that inspire you, and what you would like your work to be like, what sort of writer you'd like to be.
I think the best thing about teaching here is the imaginations I come in contact with, because some of the ideas they have inspire me to be braver in my own work. And so I can go home and try to think, wow, that person really took a great risk, and I'm going to do the same thing.
I would encourage someone to come here if they wanted to really buckle down and learn about who they are as a writer.
It is a place that is very encouraging. We have, I think, superb students. The students work well together. They support one another. They're often in contact with each other outside of residencies. The faculty is, I think, writing excellent work and very devoted and committed to the program. So it's a fantastic place to be right now.